You can feel it, can't you? Something is off. People are more connected than ever, and yet more lonely than ever. More successful, but less fulfilled. More entertained, but more anxious. What is going on? Welcome to the Catholic Journey. This is Deacon Pat Kearns, your host, where we explore life, faith, and the deeper meaning behind it all. Today we're talking about something deeply real. The struggles people carry every single day, especially those who don't have faith, and how those same struggles can look very different when lived through a Catholic lens. But instead of just talking about it, let me show you. The story begins. They sit 10 feet apart. Same office, same lights, same deadlines. Same quiet pressure that follows them home. But their lives feel completely different. Let's start with Mark. Mark gets in early, not because he loves his job, but because if he doesn't stay ahead, things will fall apart. His mind is already racing. What if I miss something? What if I fail? What if this all falls apart? He doesn't call it anxiety, he just calls it life. And then there's Daniel. Daniel walks in a few minutes later. Same job, same pressure, but before he sits down, he pauses, quietly. Lord, help me today. And then he begins. So now let's jump into the first stress wave. The boss walks in. We need that report today. Mark feels it instantly. Panic, pressure, tightness in his chest. This is impossible. Daniel feels it too. But instead of spiraling, he says, Okay, Lord, this is yours too. Nothing changes externally, but internally, everything shifts. So, what people are really struggling with? What Mark is experiencing is what so many people are carrying today. Anxiety, pressure, fear of failure, the need to prove themselves. And without God, there's nowhere to put it. So it just builds. The mistake. Later that morning, they both make a mistake. Same kind, same consequences. Mark's inner voice turns on him. I'm an idiot. Why do I always do this? This is going to come back on me. He then fixes it, but the weight stays. Now with Daniel, he pauses and he says, Lord, I missed that. Help me do better. He fixes it too, but something is different. He doesn't carry the shame forward. So the key difference, here it is. Same mistake, but one carries shame, the other experiences mercy. Without faith, mistakes define you. With Catholic faith, mistakes refine you. Because there is always a path back, always grace, always mercy. So now let's jump to lunch, the quiet ache. Mark eats at his desk, scrolling, comparing. Everyone else seems happier, more success. There's a quiet question in his heart. What's the point of all this? Now Daniel steps outside, just for a few minutes. He looks up, he breathes, and then he remembers. My life has meaning beyond this moment. So now let's shift to purpose. This is another deep struggle today. Lack of purpose. Without God, purpose becomes success, money, recognition, and when those don't satisfy, life feels empty. But with faith, life becomes mission. Even ordinary work becomes meaningful. So let's now shift to the afternoon wait. By mid-afternoon, they're both tired, drained, running low. Mark is overwhelmed. He's short, irritated, exhausted, and there's nowhere for it to go, so it builds. Now Daniel, on the other hand, feels the same fatigue, but quietly thinks, Jesus, I trust in you. Not because it's easy, but because he's not alone. The heart of it all, this is the difference. Not perfection, not ease, not fewer problems, but presence. God is with him. In the stress, in the mistake, in the fatigue. How about shifting to the end of the day? They both leave. Same job, same exhaustion. Mark walks to his car, empty, drained, just hoping tomorrow is easier. Daniel walks out too, still tired, still human, but peaceful, because the day wasn't carried alone. So here's the invitation. Maybe you see yourself in Mark, and if you do, you're not weak, you're not failing, you're just carrying something alone that you were never meant to carry by yourself. Because the truth is, everyone struggles, but not everyone has someone to bring that struggle to, and that changes everything. You don't need a different job. You don't need a different life. You don't need fewer problems. You need a different way to carry them. And maybe it starts simply right here, right now, with one small prayer. Lord, help me today. This is The Catholic Journey with Deacon Pat Kearns, and your journey is not meant to be walked alone. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope you have a wonderful day. And please remember to turn your gaze towards Christ. He's always waiting for you with open arms. May God bless you and forever keep you.